Hello, thanks for dropping in. I have to clean up this. It's not a mess, I just have to make sure I have everything just so I don't lose anything on this vintage keyboard. This is the parts of a Vic-20 keyboard that have the original pet mechanism and springs and plungers and everything, and they are highly prized and rare. Not that they're not out there, they are, but if you get keycaps from a regular Vic-20, they will not go. They just won't. And the interesting thing also I found about this was the base of this was actually from a pet that they put some tape over the extra holes, put in the function keys, and, you know, set it all up properly and sent it out the door. Because that, when you are manufacturing thousands and thousands and thousands of things and you have other things left over that you could reuse, you do. If they fit, they fit. So there are the springs. And here, there were some keys that the actual plunger mechanism didn't come off with the key. So they are separate. And then, actually these screws are to put the Vic-20 back together, but the Vic-20 isn't going back together. So I might as well put them in a bag and keep them safe with the keyboard parts. And then we have the keys. Now, what I intend to do with the keys, although these are looking pretty fine, I'm not doing it yet. But I'm suspecting what I will do is give them a bath. And how is this done? Well, quite simply. You put them in a bag like this. You put in warm, not scalding hot water, but warm, because I suppose if it was too hot, like boiling, boiling, boiling hot, there's a possibility you could melt a key. I don't know. Anyway, I just do out of the tap. Oh no, 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 no. I dropped a key. This cannot be allowed to continue. I must get it. Here, let me get the rest in here. Now, undoubtedly, where's the space? Oh, the space bar fits in this bag. Okay. Just a moment. I do not want to step on or roll a chair over the key. It was right by the chair. Whew. It is the J key. Alright, so that all fits in there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So, just to double check, I have all the pieces. So I will zip up the bags. And then, so I am sure that I know what's what, I will take another bag, a bigger bag, for all the little bags. And it is done. Now the keyboard part itself will not fit in any such bag that I have. But then I will write on here, Vic should have written on the bag when it was still empty and flat. Oh well, next time, if I remember. And there we have it. So I'm suspecting I will, at some point, clean those keys, even though they're not terrible, but certainly it wouldn't be bad. Now, the next part I'm not going to complete right now, but when shipping a key such as this, there's a little prong on the back. You don't want that to get broken. So you want it to be protected, so I will protect it. And one of the best ways I have found as an initial way to protect a key such as this is a toilet paper roll. But you can put it in and fasten it and make sure that the key is sideways so that there is very little, sideways I said, it's not sideways. Hello, why is it not sitting sideways? Okay, now it's sideways. So getting it fastened in there so there is, if something were to, or this were to take a hit in the mail, that little prong, which I'm not really sure if that little prong is incredibly necessary, because I don't think it does anything. Like, it doesn't stick in anything, but I guess you want it to be all there. Anyway, so when you put it in that and then tape it up nice and snug, then usually I would use some other bubble wrap or something else to protect it. And then put it in a little mailer, send it on its way. That is what I would do, and that is what I will do. Not quite yet, but I will. I will indeed. This, I've got to get and set up, well, I should document this. I need, it's funny when you need little pieces of paper or post-it notes, you just can't find them. Ooh. A message appears upon my phone. It may be okay. The man has requested a picture. I will send one of the top. And one, this is more critical, of the bottom. But I know it is the right thing. I know it. One, two. I will need, of course, his address. I will get it. Apparently, he has bought 3 other F1 keys. And they have been wrong. That's what I say. You've got to make sure. Like, it may look fine on the top, but it's how it connects and whatever plunger. just assuring him this is the one. There is no doubt. No doubt at all. Anyway, what was I saying? What was I saying? I was saying, okay, key, thing, wrap, tight, mail. I've got everything else stored away. I will clean the keys. Right, documentation. I need to find a little pad or post-it notes that I can tape on, or paper that I can cut up so that I can write out. What I really want to write on here is, you know, that this is from a Vic, this is the date around, this is what happened, so that then, in several years, when I go back to it, I'll say, oh yeah, why did I ever take that apart? Okay. I think, in this case, I will just use scissors. Let me see. Okay. Vic-20. Keyboard base. April 2021. Keys to be sold. Who knows? Maybe I will put this up for sale as well, because it too, for somebody with an old original Vic-20, if something terrible has happened, then they might need this too. Anyway, somewhere over here, I should have, this is fine. I don't like necessarily using tape like this, but it's all I have. But it is important to document. If you only have one machine around, it really doesn't make that much difference. But when you have a few, it is good. What I really need to do now, I'm going to set that over there. Oh, and there's a wayward chip, A6502. I need to be careful with that. Yes, I do. So, what am I going to do? Remember, I said I like to protect things. Is I have this stuff, and I don't know where I got it from or why, but I have it. It's kind of like bubble wrap, but it's not. But the idea here is I want to get the key in sideways, but then I want to get some of this in such a configuration that if something were to smack this key, no, I think I'm going to get the key out. I'm going to get this stuff in first. Anyway, but if something were to smack this key in transit, that it is indeed protected. It's funny, not that as I say, I don't know if the little knob thing. Now everybody's calling me. I cannot take your call at this moment. Anyway, if something were to fall on this, but you know, the nice thing about the mail people is typically small things are shipped with small things. So, that feels pretty good. Small things are shipped with small things. They are. So it's not. I know it's going to be in a. Things are going to fall. They're just. They're light, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, so that it has its extra protection along the sides. It's in the middle. It's dandy. It will not come out. So nothing can go wrong. And another Vic-20 far off, I think. Well, I know it's in the States. I think it's California. I don't remember now. I just don't know. I think I'll put a little more tape along the edge here. I mean, when you're packing something up, you don't want something to go poorly because you didn't put enough tape on it. And it is done. Now, what I have to do, and I thought I had just a moment. Oh, look. Now this will be envelope. Now, I will finish this. I don't have the address to put on yet. And I like to write on this with not this in here so that it goes well. But I will finish it when I have the address. And then I will ponder if I'm going to put any other packing stuff in anywhere else. And I might put another strip of this. Tape. Maybe I'll just take a big hunk of tape and go around. Anyway, I may put other things around it. I may. You know what I might do is actually, right now, I might put another piece here and give it a little extra squeeze. To get that a little snugger around there. There. Anyway, so there. The keyboard has been dismembered, sacrificed for the greater good. And into the mail it will go today. One thing, by the way, you in the United States, if you are watching this, pretty much anything you have that you ship down there that's bigger than an envelope, they just track it. It's a beautiful, magical thing. That's the way it should be. Up here, if I were to get tracking on this, it would probably cost about $15. And to me, tracking at that expense makes something like this impossible. Well, not impossible, but distasteful. And it's really almost like bribing the post office to make sure that it gets there. Whereas in the United States, you know, if I were to take this and go to the post office and say, hi, they would immediately just, yep, okay, take out the tracking thing, stick it on there, away it goes, it's tracked. Not here. Not with our beloved Crown Corporation. Mind you, yeah, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Anyway, this will find its way there. It shall. So, I am going to try and tidy up some. I have much tidying to do. I mean, the desk behind me is a complete disaster. I've really got to get things, well, as far as I know, I've got them documented, which is good, but I have to get them away from there so that then I can work. Because, you know, I had this table all cleared off, but it's funny how quickly things happen. Like, I have sitting in the chair next to me here 5 other Vic-20s. And I need to, well, what I really need to do is put them in some sort of storage container, all carefully marked and documented, and put them under one of the tables here. But there's other stuff under the table that I really don't need, that I really got to get rid of and set it on its way. Yes. Anyway. It is endless. It is. But at least, oh, look at that. You know what? I could put a piece of tape on that. Or I could snip it off. So, thank you for being here. I will, if I do give these keys a bath, I will let you see that. It really, literally, warm water, dish soap, not too much. You know what's the most important after you've done it? It's usually I do that, and I shake it, and I shake it, and I shake it while it's still warm. I'll usually leave it in there for a day or two. And I might even, at some point, very carefully, here's another thing. If you're working in a drain where the keys could fit down and you're draining out the water, be really careful you don't drop a key in. Or a keycap, because it will go away. Down the drain. Woo, down. But anyway, the other part that's very important is rinsing. And for that, usually I use a completely different bag. I dump the keys in. Excuse me. Must be the dust from the keyboard. And I rinse a number of times. Because then usually I lay them out nicely on a towel or a dish towel or something or other and let them naturally dry. And you certainly, after all that cleaning and stuff, you certainly don't want like residue from the soap on them, which means that you either have to wipe them all down or clean them again. So rinsing is important. And the springs in there looked okay. Maybe some dust, but that doesn't stay. You know, just blow it off. Yes. Well, I need to get the address. I need to get this in the mail. So thank you very much for being here. And if you are in need of such a keycap, in other times I have listed keys online for sale. And I know I've shipped such things all over the world. So there are happy machines all over the place. And usually I have done it one little key at a time. I think what I may do this time is put up just one listing describing what I got, what's available. Actually, looking back on it, maybe I should have taken a picture of the keyboard first. But you know what? I can take a picture of another keyboard. And I've seen it before where people then put like marks on what keys are gone. But I can take a picture of another keyboard from a distance, and no one would really know it isn't the same keyboard. It doesn't matter. What matters is they get the right keys, the right plungers, the right everything to make the machine happy. That's what matters. Anyway, if you are in need of a keycap, or 2 or 3 or whatever, 4, and remember, a pet-style keyboard for a Vic-20. Don't do like what this fellow has done and order things that people say are the right thing that then are not the right thing. If you're not sure, ask for pictures, close-up pictures, which I just sent him. So I have every confidence that when it's all said and done and this arrives, he will carefully unpack it and he will go and he will pop it on, and his Vic-20, which was working and happy and beautiful, will be then complete and lovely. 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 All right. I have so much to do. It's almost overwhelming. But I must get to it. I must. So, I suspect I will film some other things happening here today. I suspect. I shall. Anyway, thanks for coming, and, oh, by the way, I put up an old original pet online. I haven't tinkered with it. I don't have time. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. But no one has made any offers on it, so I'm thinking more and more I might just put it up for auction and see what happens. Anyway, if you are interested in an old original the dust. Old original pet with a keyboard, chiclet keyboard, cassette drive built in, feel free, write to me. I'm not, I've saved these things a long time. I paid storage fees on them, all kinds of things. So I'm not giving them away. So, but if you're really serious and you make a serious offer, I will seriously consider it. And if we don't have to go through an auction site, so be it. Anyway, my email is drbradley.photography@hotmail.com, and it's dr.bradley.photography@hotmail.com. Bradley is, of course, Bradley. And if you do that, also, if you're on Facebook, if you search for that, Dr. Bradley Photography at hotmail.com, it should find me there too. My profile picture at the moment, I think it's me. Yeah, it's me. It's a fairly recent picture. It is. And, oh, and the cover photo right now, maybe I should adjust it. Upload, so, no, I want to move it. How do I do that? View cover photo. Select artwork. No, I want to adjust it. View profile cover. Maybe I'll view it. That does me no good. Huh. Select photo on Facebook, create collage. Select artwork. I want to, anyway, right now, the picture I have on there is Princess Diana and Prince Philip, an artistic rendition that somebody else did that I thought was touching. So, but that too will change, of course. Oh, so much time wasted on this thing. Anyway, alright, gotta get this in the mail, got other things to do. So, thank you. Until we meet again, stay safe, stay healthy,